Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob, and welcome back to episode number 4 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB This Show 20. Today we got an interleague matchup between the New York Mets and the Houston Astros. Astros are coming off a 2-series division road trip where they took 4 out of 6 against Athletics and Angels, while the Mets lost 2 out of 3 at the defending World Series champs Nationals. Today we'll have a very good pitching matchup as the first one we'll see is Justin Verlander. Former 2-time Cy Young winner is off to a pretty solid start here in Houston this year with a 2.25 ERA through 2 starts. Has yet to record a win, but he's looking to change that here against the New York Mets squad. First up for the New York Mets, we will see Amed Rosario. He is the leadoff hitter. The shortstop hitting over 324 this year, 1 homer, 4 RBIs. He'll be getting it off for New York. First pitch to Rosario, and he's swinging at that one. That was a line drive to center field. But the speedy Shaw is able to track that one down, who's starting in center field today. I'm going to take a look at the New York Mets lineup. We just saw Amed Rosario. Up next will be their DH, Jed Mcneil, followed by third baseman Jed Mcneil. And the cleanup spot will be first baseman and NL leader in home runs last year, Pete Alonso. Right fielder Michael Conforto, then second baseman, longtime New Yorker Robinson Cano. J.D. Davis in left, Wilson Ramos behind the plate, and Cespedes will be in center field. Here's Jed Mcneil coming up with an 0-1 count. He shoots that one down the left third baseman line. That was cut off by the left fielder and only able to lead him to a single. Up next, Jed Mcneil. He's got an 0-2 count. He's popping this one behind the plate, or behind shortstop, to Correa. He tracks that one down. And then we got Pete Alonso. He's first pitch swinging, and that one's going to Yuli behind first. And Justin Verlander is able to get out of the first inning with a 7-pitch inning, so he's off to a very solid start. Next, we'll take a look at who's on the mound for the Mets. We will see the former Cy Young and New Jersey native Rick Porcello. 2016 Cy Young winner. He's signed a 1-year, $10 million deal to come to New York this past offseason. He had a solid first start, but he's going up against the Houston Astros here, who being lit off by Kyle Tucker. 2-1 count. He gets a fastball up. That one's going to right field, but a little underneath it as the right fielder Conforto has enough time to track that one down. Now we'll take a look at the Houston Astros lineup, who's looking a little different today. We just saw Kyle Tucker. He got the start in left field today over Brantley. Then we'll see Alex Bregman, Altuve, and Alvarez in 2-3-4, followed by the first baseman Gurriel, shortstop Correa, right fielder Reddick. Garrett Stubbs will be behind the plate today, and center fielder is Miles Shaw. Shaw's getting the start in center field today because Springer hurt his wrist in batting practice this morning, and I thought it would be best for him to take the day off. Altuve up with a 1-2 count. He chases that one in the dirt, and that one is going to be fielded by Ramos and thrown over to the first base. So nothing going on in the first inning for both teams. We're going to take it to the top of the third inning now for Yoenis Cespedes, who's off to a 5-game hitting streak. First pitch to Cespedes, and he lines that one over the glove of Gurriel at first, and that one's going to go to the wall for a base hit. Cespedes rounds first. He goes to second base, and he's in there with a leadoff double. That'll bring up Rosario. That's his second double of the season. Rosario's got an 0-1 count. He lines that one right up the middle as well. Altuve not able to get there, but it looks like Cespedes is going to hold at third as they have runners on the corners with 0 outs. That'll bring up the DH, Jed Mcneil. He's got a 2-1 count. He lines that one towards Bregman. That skips up and over his glove, and the Mets are able to draw first blood in this game in the top of the third. They got a 1-0 lead. Jed Mcneil, 1-2 count. He grounds that one to Altuve. Good range, or Correa. He grew range to his right, and he turns the 6-4-3 double play. So now we got a runner on third base with 2 outs for Pete Alonso. His first pitch, he takes a strike on the outside, 0-1 count. 2019 Home Run Derby winner last year. 0-2 count to Pete Alonso, and he's going to get caught looking on the 12-6 on the outside bottom part of the plate. A very good pitch by Justin Verlander leads it to 1-0. Bottom of the fourth now, we start off with Alex Bregman, who had a heck of a couple series versus the Athletics and the Angels. He's 0-for-1 today, grounded out in the first. 3-0 count. New York Mets don't want anything of him. He draws a 4-pitch walk to start the inning. Now I'll bring up the second baseman, Altuve. 1-2 count to Altuve. He's caught chasing on the inside. Good pitch by Porcello to get Altuve swinging. Next up, Alvarez, the DH, 0-1 count. And that ball is lifted deep to right field. Alvarez, no doubt shot. That ball is gone to the right center field seats. Second 2-run shot, for Alvarez, his third of the year. As we see the train cross the tracks for the first time here in Houston. They take a 2-1 lead behind the powerful bat of the DH, Alvarez. Narvaez had a couple home runs in the series versus the Athletics and the Angels, and he picks up right where he left off here at home against the Interleague New York Mets, 2-1 lead here for the Astros in the bottom of the fourth. Next up will be Gurriel. He's got a 1-1 count, and he's lined that ball up the middle. So Porcello's inning not done yet as Gurriel gets on base. Gurriel been struggling so far to hit, but he's able to get a single here, and he's very happy about that one. That'll bring up the shortstop, Correa. He fouls a pitch up into the foul line, where it'll be fielded by the first baseman, Alonso, and that'll be 2 away. Josh Reddick gets a 1-0 count. He gets a fastball up and inside, but he's not able to do that one. That one is Cespedes has enough range to field that one, and Houston's up 2-1 after 4. Top of the 6th now, we go to Jed Lowry, who's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and an RBI. So he's looking to make it 3 for 3 as he's got a 1-2 count from Verlander. And he strikes him out, not able to go 3 for 3 as Verlander picks up another strikeout, his 5th of the game. Up next to the third baseman, Jed McNeil. He hits that one to the center field. To Shaw, who's playing a little bit to his right, unable to track that one down. That one goes all the way to the wall. McNeil not stopping to second base. He's going to third. Throws into third base, and he's able to get in with a diving 1-out triple. Peter Alonso's next. He grounds this one up to middle. It's not going to get through the infield, but that doesn't not matter as that's a bad throw by Correa. He throws that one into the first base dugout. The runner across home plate as well, so it's 2-2 now with a runner on second for Michael Conforto. First pitch of Conforto is outside with a slider. That's a 1-0 count. So 2-1 now to Conforto, and kind of the same pitch. He grounds that one up the middle. This time Altuve's ranging up the middle, and he's able to make the play, however. So now we got a runner on third base with 2 outs for the longtime New York Yankee Robinson Cano. Back in New York this year with the Mets, he's 0 for 2 so far in this game with a strikeout and a ground out. 2-2 count to Cano. He's locked up on the changeup down and in, so good, management by Verlander to only allow 1 run as we head to the bottom of the 7th now with Correa starting it off for the Astros. They're trying to look for an answer here. 2-2 count to Correa. He's able to line that one between the gap at third is short, and that ball's into left field with a leadoff single. That'll bring up the right fielder, Josh Reddick. The first New York Mets are going to pull the plug on Porcello, who had a pretty solid day. Not in line for a decision, however, and they're going to bring in the lefty Justin Wilson, who's already appeared in 6 games this year, and for good reason. He's got a 1.59 ERA, 10 walks, 1 strikeout. He's looking to strand this runner on first base and get the Mets out of this inning, still tied at 2-2. His first batter will be Josh Reddick, 1-1 count. That ball's high, and he's lined that one to left field. That's a good attempt by Davis, but he's unable to make the catch. Now we got runners on first and second with no outs. And looks like they're going to pinch hit for Garrett Stubbs. That is Martin Maldonado coming to the plate. He had a couple home runs in the previous series. And on a 2-2 pitch, he's hit by the pitch. So that's going to put the bases loaded for 2 outs and a wonderful chance for Miles Shaw to break this game open. Miles Straw, excuse me. I'm sorry, I've been calling him Shaw. It's Straw. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Takes the first pitch down for a strike. 0-1 count. 0-2 to Straw. And that ball's to the backstop. They're going to send the runner home, and he's not going to get there in time. Correa out at the plate as that ball took a nice bounce to Ramos. And the very next pitch, Straw puts this one into the left field grass, not deep enough as the shortstop Rosario fields the play. So now we got runners off second and third with 2 outs for Kyle Tucker, the promising left fielder today. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, so he has a big chance to break this game open. First pitch, ball on the inside for that's called a strike. That's 0-1 count. He gets a full count. No, now that ball is easily called a ball. So now we have bases loaded for 2 outs. For the man you don't want up at the plate, Alex Bregman. 0 for 2 today, though, with a walk. He's first pitch. He's fouling that one back to the fastball to the behind the backstop. Alex Bregman. Good chance here. Very next pitch. He gets a fastball or cutter. He's kind of jammed. He puts that one in the left field. And that ball is going to be unplayable, it's going to be a catch, for Davis. And the Mets are able to strand all the runners. They had bases loaded, 0 outs, and nothing came of it. Martin Maldonado is going to stay behind the plate. He's going to stay at catcher. And Chris Davinsky is going to come into the game. So Verlander's not going to be able to get another win so far. So he's 0 for 3 on his winning percentages this year. And Chris Davinsky, first batter, he faces Ahmed Rosario. He gets a good shot. That's a bullet to the left center. That ball's got a little bit of carry to it, and that ball's over the wall. That ball is gone. That's a home run for Rosario. A solo shot to left center, his second of the year. And just like that, with the first batter, the New York Mets are off to a 3-2 lead. That ball went 378 feet, and that ball is a bullet off the bat, about 100 miles an hour. And Rosario puts them up in the top of the 8th. Jed Lowry up next. He's going to pop this one up so Chris Davinsky gets the out. He's going to field it himself and makes the clean catch. Up next, the third baseman, Jed Mcneil. He's 1 for 3 with the triple today. He's got a 2-1 count, and that ball is line drive to right center. That ball is actually going to be gone. That ball is over the fence. Another home run for the New York Mets as another bullet, this time to right center field. And that's going to give Jed Mcneil his first home run of the season and puts the New York Mets up 4-2 here in Houston. This crowd is stunned and not liking what they're seeing as the bullpen comes out and gives up a couple of home run shots. We've seen this before. This is not a good start. The Houston Astros bullpen has been struggling so far this year. He's able to get Alonso with a slider out and away, so that's 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Michael Conforto with a 1-2 count. He's going to be swinging at the high fastball, and that ball is popped down the right field line. Looks like it's going to be a playable ball for Reddick, and he's going to make the out. So Houston goes into the bottom of the 8th, down 4-2. We'll see what they can do as the Mets are going to bring in Dellin Betances, who's had 2 innings so far this year through 2 games, has yet to allow a run, has yet to allow a walk. He'll be tasked with shutting down this Astros in the bottom of the 8th. As here comes Jose Altuve. He's 0 for 3 so far this game. He's leading off here. See what he can do. He's got a full count, and he's going to be swinging at the slurve away. That's a strike 3 for Altuve, his second strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Yordan Alvarez, who's had the home run, and he's checked swings, and looks like they're not going to call that one. So Alvarez is on first with a 1-out walk. That'll bring up the first baseman Gurriel. He's also going to walk as that's a fastball down low. So now we got runners on first and second with 1 out. So the Astros are in business here. And that'll bring up the shortstop Correa. But first they're going to pinch run for Alvarez on second. It'll be the speedy Aledmus Diaz. He will stay in the game at DH as well. And Carlos Correa, who is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He needs another single to bring Diaz in. He takes a ball on the first pitch. That's 1-0. He also works the count full. And he's going to draw a knuckle curve that looks like it could have been called a strike. But that one's a ball, and Dellin Betances walks the bases loaded. And they're not going to even try, as Edwin Diaz is going to come in next. His first appearance of the year, went 66 games last year with a 5.59 ERA, so putting a lot of faith in him here. First pitch to Reddick, he puts that one right up the middle. Good play by Diaz, good glove. And they turn 2 as the Astros once again have bases loaded and can't do nothing with it. That's going to take us to the top of the ninth now. Robinson Cano at the plate, 1-2 count to Cano, and he's locked up on the slider, can't pull the trigger as Chris Davinsky gets the inning started with a strikeout. That'll bring up J.D. Davis, 1-1 count to Davis, and that ball is hit deep to left field again. That ball clears the wall again, the second row in left field. That ball is gone for J.D. Davis, his first home run of the season, as Chris Davinsky gives up his third home run of the game. That ball went 349. It is now a 5-2 game for the New York Mets, who have started to open this one up in the late innings. J.D. Davis will give them a 5-2 lead as Justin Verlander will come out of the pen. He's had 2 games this year. He has a 13.50 ERA, so not had the solid of starts, but he really needs to fix it here if he wants to give the Astros a chance in the bottom half. That ball is grounded up the middle to Farrell. He's going to field that one and throw it over to first base. So that's 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Next up, Yoenis Cespedes. He's going to put that one where the second baseman would have been, but he beats the shift. And now we got a runner on first base for the top of the order, Ahmed Rosario, who went yard in his last at bat. He's going to draw a walk. So that puts the runners on first and second here with 2 outs. And the DH, Jed Lowry, who is 2 for 3 so far, 2 for 4, for this game. He puts that one to shortstop. Correa is not able to get the glove down, and Straw takes a horrible angle to that ball as that ball gets past him. 1 run will come around, 2 runs will come around, and just like that, the Mets take a 7-2 lead here on the top of the ninth. Jed Mcneil's up next, and he's not done. He's lined that one over the shortstop, basically in the same spot. This ball is going to get all the way to the wall as another run comes across, and it's 8-2 New York Mets as McNeil is into second base with a double. Pete Alonso, he's going to strike out on a curveball on the outside. He doesn't like the call, but Astros down 8-2 now with 1 inning. Martin Maldonado is the first man at the plate. He came in, stayed at catcher. Edwin Diaz, he gets a 1-1 count. Fastball inside. He pops that one to right field, and that was going to be playable for Conforto. That'll bring us to Straw, who has a chance to redeem himself at the plate. He is unable to. That ball's hit to the shortstop, and he's going to make the play. So we're down to 2 outs. Last chance for the Astros is Kyle Tucker. He's going to work a walk. That is another close call that doesn't go in the favor of the Astros. So we got a runner on first with 2 outs for Alex Bregman. 0 for 3 today with the flyouts. You'll love to get a hit here and keep this game going. 0-1 count to Bregman. He sawed off that bat bust, and this game is over as Pete Alonso makes the play. The New York Mets top the Houston Astros here 8-2 behind a solid 8th and 9th innings. Bullpen for the Astros really let them down this game as they gave up 6 runs in 2 innings. And that's kind of been the story so far for these Astros. Their bullpen not doing them any favors. They dropped to 4-7 while the New York Mets jump up to 6-4 as we go through game 1 of this 2-game series here in Houston. Johnny Cook not really liking what he sees. Doesn't like his team getting off to this slow start, especially after leading the league in wins last year. Mets had 8 runs, 12 hits, 0 errors, while Houston had 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Wilson gets the win, Davinsky gets the loss, and Diaz gets the save. Jed Mcneil is the player of the game. He had a home run and a triple and a double, so Mcneil was just a single away from the cycle. Good pitching performance for Porcello and Verlander. Astros were led by the 2-run shot of Alvarez, but other than that, were unable to get any more runs in this game. We're going to jump into game 2 of the 2-game series, and they get destroyed 12-2 here. Zach Greinke had a very rough game for the Astros. He gave up 5 home runs in total for this team as the New York Mets hit 5 bombs. And that is what leads to a 12-2 game here. Astros, not much besides Gurriel, who went 2 for 4 and had a home run and a triple, so he got his first home run of the season. And the Astros are off to a 4-8 start. Not what we'd like to see here. We're only going to show 1 series in this game because up next is minor league opening day, and I want to get a good look at the AAA team and the AA team and just see what the prospects are up to down in the minors. So we're going to stop this episode here. The minor league series will be coming up later in the week as we take a look at our AAA and AA squads. Take a look at a couple of prospects, see what's going to happen in the organization, see who our futures might be. I want to go more in depth with this team. I want to, make this series more in depth. And we're going to start off with our minor league opening day. So we'll take a look at both the AAA and the AA game. In the future, I'll probably just take a look at certain players, but I want to get a whole look for this one. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. That always helps me. Sorry we couldn't get the dub, but hopefully we'll be able to get it next time. Y'all have a great day.